Everybody, welcome to another story with Ori. Folks, today I want to talk to you about Hollywood, because you're reading about how Hollywood is losing the film business, and that's true, very true. You've seen that Donald Trump made Sylvester Stallone, John Boyd, and Mel Gibson ambassadors to try to improve it and get more films made here in Hollywood. Be honest with you, that's not going to be enough. We're going to need a lot more. Now, a lot of it has to do with money. But, you know, I'm older than you all are. I feel like I'm the oldest guy in the world. But one thing you get from old guys like me is you get my wisdom. I'm willing to share my wisdom with you. Now, today what I'm going to talk to you about, okay, and before I go any further, please like, subscribe, follow, do all those good things. Leave a comment. Help me out a little bit too, folks. Okay? And you know, all right, if you haven't purchased my book, all you got to do is go to the link above, all right, and go to my website. You could buy an autographed copy from my website or go directly to Amazon. Wherever you buy it from, I don't care. Thank you. Now, folks, when did Hollywood really begin? It didn't begin here in Hollywood. It began in New Jersey. And when did it begin? You all know who invented the light bulb, right? Well, that same guy, all right, was Thomas Edison. And he developed the first motion picture technology and built the Black Maria in West Orange, New Jersey, which was the first movie studio in the United States. Boy, what year was that? It was before I was born, I tell you that much. Okay? But I remember, if you folks remember some of my other stories, if you haven't seen them, okay, I was involved and had something to do because back in the days when filming was taking place in New York, you set up your camera crew and everything on the corner, you had the wise guys there wanting their end of the action for you to be able to be there. You had the unions. You had a lot of things going on. I took care of a problem there for Ralph Serpi and Dino De Laurentiis. I was part of the individuals who helped take care of that with Frank Costello. It's in my book. You can read about it. Okay? From New Jersey, we went to New York. The industry quick moved to New York where it flourished due to the presence of talent, resources, and a growing population. Early films were often shot in the New York area, including in Fort Lee, New Jersey, and various locations. Why did it leave New York? The cost of living became high. Rents became high. Everything became high. So where did they head? Hollywood. All right? Why? They had favorable climate year-round, outdoor filming compared to New York, more variable weather. Los Angeles provided access to diverse locations for filming, from beaches and mountains to deserts, all within a relatively short distance. Cheap real estate. Land in Los Angeles was relatively inexpensive, allowing studios to acquire large plots for production facilities. I showed you Sony, Paramount, Warner. I showed you all the studios. You could check, go back into you see it there. Non-union labor. California had non-union labor, making production costs lower compared to the East Coast. And that's how Hollywood ended up becoming Hollywood. All right, 1910 it was. The first film entirely shot in California was released, signaling the beginning of the shift. 1910. That's 34 years before I was born. All right? 1911, 1912, the first major studios were established in Hollywood. The Hollywood film industry moved from New York to Los Angeles was a gradual process that started around 1910 and solidified by 1915. Initially, New York City was the center of film production, but filmmakers began relocating to Los Angeles for all those reasons. It had patent control, all right, on many aspects of the motion picture process and enforced them strictly in New York. Filmmakers sought to avoid paying royalties by moving to Los Angeles, where Edison's enforcement was less stringent. The weather, we all know we have better weather here than New York. Okay? So those are just some of the reasons. Now look at here. 2025. Los Angeles has the highest rent in the country. You can't afford to buy a house here. We got the outrageous taxes. It's crazy. Our political system is nuts. It's impossible for people to be in business in the state of California. This nuisance, actually, he's chasing everybody out. So now, tax credits. You know how big tax credits are on a movie? Let's say you got a $25,000 budget. If you're lucky to get a tax credit to film in Los Angeles, you get 20 to 25%. But yet, we can go to Mississippi, Cleveland, different cities, get 35 or 40%. Figure it out, folks. That's a lot of money on a $25 million budget. So why are people going out of state and out of the country to film? Now, the governor of New York just passed a bill, $800 million the state of New York is going to give out for tax credits on film production and TV production in New York State. Will she be taking it all away from Newsom? I don't know. Very possible. But, you know, why is it that an apartment that I rented in the 1990s for $1,500 a month is now $14,500 a month? Do you understand how much money you got to make to have an apartment that you don't own and pay $14,500 a month? Where are they going to get these people? I don't know. They probably will. Probably some tech people. But I wanted to share that with you folks, so don't think for a moment that Hollywood was the center. New York was the first center of film production. I just wanted to give you that wisdom. I hope you enjoyed it. And let's see what happens, folks. Will film production come back here? We have the studios. They got the property. But the studios are dead. They're not filming there. It's a shame. It's a beautiful state. I love it here. I love the weather. But even at 80 years old, I'm thinking a movie. What's that tell you? At 80 years old, I'm thinking a movie. I'm paying almost $3,000 a month over here. I could pay $2,000 and get much bigger space in other states. That's $1,000 a month. You see, these are the kind of things. You think about it on my small scale, and then think about it on a movie production, and the savings are enormous. So I hope that helped some of you folks. Thank you very much. I wish Donald Trump can do something. I hope that he does do something, but I don't think that's his top agenda.